The negatives aren't here?
No. No. I've got them.
But it's obvious that I'm dealing with a sewer rat. And I won't be dragged down to your level. I assure you there'll be no free rides.
You can say that again. Seems the only way to get anything from you is to try to kill you or shoot your lover boy husband.
Not only am I going to have Harper mining, I'm going to have her.
When?
Good morning, Miss Harper.
Mr. Sanders, unless I'm mistaken.
Jake. Lovely morning.
Yes, I often come here to be alone.
I didn't mean to interrupt your privacy.
What did you mean to do?
Size up the opposition. At close quarters.
So sorry I can't oblige.
Come on! Come on!
Come on. Come on, get up. Come on.
Come on! Sweetheart, you gonna be long?
Hours. You can join me if you like.
How was the ride this morning?
Great. Oh, that feels wonderful. Darling, what do you think I should do about Jilly?
Oh, I'd forget her. After all, she did refuse your offer of help.
But that was my fault. The money should never have been conditional.
It seemed perfectly reasonable to me.
No, it wasn't fair.
Whatever happened to that ruthless businesswoman? Hmm?
Can I have a word with you, please?
What about?
You and Jilly. I know you're trying to do the right thing. But this is our home, and I won't have it turned into a battleground.
Someone's got to defend you against her.
I'm a big girl now. I can take care of myself.
Yeah, with anyone except her.
Dennis, it's obvious you don't trust her. But she's been through so much, and I just can't bring myself to hurt her.
Don't you think she knows that? She's playing on it for all she's worth.
Well, then why didn't she keep the check? I mean, $5 million is a lot of money in anyone's language.
How should I know? Whatever the reason, I bet you another $5 million has got nothing to do with caring for you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
That's all right. We're used to it.
Dennis, please. I'm sorry, Jilly.
It's not his fault. It's mine. I'm the intruder. I don't belong in this family.
Jilly, that's not true.
Listen to her, Mum. She's making sense.
Shut up, Dennis.
You see, I'm just causing trouble.
We just need a bit of time, that's all.
I think I should leave.
You can't leave. Where will you go?
I don't know. Maybe we'll be close again someday. I hope so. But for the time being, I think it's best that we go our separate ways. Don't try to follow me, Steph.
Bye, Jilly.
You shouldn't have done that.
Take it easy. Hey! You can go.
Aren't you pleased to see me?
I was trying to unwind.
Don't get too relaxed. You're going to need all your strength for Harper Mining.
Or as chairman.
You worry about the company. I'll take care of my sister.
Are you sure you know what you're taking on? She's very impressive.
You want to go to bed with her?
Not at the moment. A little lower, please.
I have it on good authority she lacks imagination.
Well, perhaps she can learn.
It's not the sort of diversion I had in mind for Stephanie.
You have my complete attention, Jilly.
We'll start with Dennis. He's the easiest one to set at odds with his mother. Besides, I owe him one.
I can't simply wash my hands of her, attractive as the idea might seem to you. I'm going to offer the money again, and this time with no strings.
Stephanie, no.
Look, I'll cover the check myself if it's the company you're worried about.
Sorry to butt in.
What is it?
There's a gentleman here to see Miss Harper without an appointment.
Tell him to make one. I'm busy.
He insisted you'd want to see him. It's Mr. Sanders.
Oh, you can throw him out, Hillary.
No, show him into my office. I'll join him there shortly. When he's cooled his heels a little. Mr. Sanders. What can I do for you?
You might like to tell me where you learned to ride.
I taught myself.
You're too good for me.
Yes, I know. And not just on horseback.
Time will tell. Look, I've got an offer I want to put to you. I've bought a few shares in your company.
A few million, and now you're going to offer to sell them all back to me at an outrageous markup.
Oh, at a fair profit. How does $4 a share sound to you?
Like daylight robbery.
You'll be getting off lightly.
By helping you make a fortune.
No, no, no. If I go on consolidating my slice of your company, you're going to be in big trouble.
Oh, I doubt it. Mr. Sanders, you know, I've been around too long to lose sleep over an operation like yours.
Well, I mightn't have the plush office or the right social standing, but you better get used to having me around.
Not in here. And I can assure you it has nothing to do with your social status. It's just you. Good day.
Till next time.
mean you actually set foot in Harper mining?
A reconnaissance mission. I thought it was about time, now that we've scored a few shares.
What was she like?
Who?
Stephanie Harper.
Quite a shock. She's a very impressive woman.
You're not changing your mind about wiping her out?
No.
Do you think we've got the resources to do it?
Well, I didn't until Jilly Stewart turned up.
Jilly? Isn't she equally responsible for what happened to your brother?
Yes, she is. And when she's outlived her use, I'll destroy her, too.
Hello, Philip.
Hello, Jilly. I wasn't sure whether I should come or not.
I was afraid you wouldn't. I know you have better things to do than run after your ex-wife.
You sounded as though you needed help. What are you doing in a place like this?
It's all I could afford. Oh, Phil, I have no right to drag you into all this.
Jilly.
I was just thinking of myself, of how unhappy I am, how good you've always been to me. I can't expect you to forgive me. Not after all the dreadful things I've done.
That all happened a long, long time ago.
You mean you don't hate me?
I tried to. But there hasn't been a day when you haven't been on my mind.
Oh, Phil. You can still leave if you want to.
Poor darling. I don't know how you survived prison life.
Me neither.
Never mind, you've paid your debt now. But you must let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
I'll manage. It's the other women I can't help feeling sorry for, stuck in that dreadful place. There was one woman, Olive. She's been inside for a long time. If it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done. She showed me how to look after myself, became my friend. She's overdue for parole, but the awful thing is the authorities don't seem to care. It seems so unfair that I'm free and she's still inside.
Well, perhaps I can help. After all, I am a lawyer.
How are you, Olive?
How do you think? Thanks.
This could be your lucky day. What's happening with your parole?
Yeah. They still keep finding reasons to keep me here.
I think I can help you.
You can get me out.
I'm going to try. As long as we both understand, the favor has to be returned.
Stephanie Harper. Like you always said.
Now it's not so simple. Since getting out of here, I've discovered something. She and I are sisters.
You're joking.
Doesn't make any difference. I hate her more than ever.
Then let me at her.
Not yet. First, I want everything she has. And then I want her to suffer. Slowly.
Come on, pick your feet up. Can't the car go any faster? How's training? Great. Didn't expect to see you. Harper Mining gone out of business. No, I'm just taking the day off. Can I give you a lift? No, haven't finished my training. Shame, I was going to let you drive. Okay.
one way to stop Sanders. It's rather drastic.
I'm listening.
The stock exchange.
Yes, Cassie.
Sir Henry, it's Stephanie Harper. I'm fine. How are you? Good. I was wondering about lunch next week. Yes, well, I do need some advice. Jake Sanders is playing hit and run with our shares at the moment. I was wondering whether the stock exchange approved, given his past record. Well, in the interests of shareholders, I suppose you could force him to declare his interests. No, if he refused, we wouldn't resist a suspension in trading of Harper stock. Thank you, Sir Henry. I'll see you next week. Bye. That should force him into the open.
Thanks, Cassie.
In the meantime, we hit the media with stories suggesting that Sanders is a fly-by-night operator.
Well, we better get Dennis in on the publicity angle.
Cassie, was Dennis in his office when you came past?
No, I haven't seen him all morning.
Well, where is he? We need him.
I've got a pretty good idea.
Come on, Angelo. Keep your guard up, son.
Hey, that's enough, isn't it, Gus?
Don't ask me. Taylor's calling the shots. He's the boss.
Tony? What are you trying to do to Angelo?
Teach him ballroom dancing.
Funny joke, Tony, but he might get hurt.
Look, he's got a big fight coming up. If he doesn't take the punishment now, he'll never be ready.
What if he isn't ready?
Good boy. All right, Gus. Let's let him take 5.
All right, Angelo.
Tell me I'm not seeing things.
Mum, what are you doing here?
Well, it's not my love of boxing. You were supposed to be in my office this morning.
Does it matter?
We are in the middle of a crisis.
Since when has anyone ever listened to what I have to say?
I always have, but you do make it difficult sometimes.
Because I don't let work rule my life? I like it here. Angelo's a friend.
And I dare say I'm an embarrassment to you. All right, I'll go. But not before I make one thing clear. Now, you have to make up your mind whether you want to be a part of Harper's or not. You're supposed to inherit it one day, but if you want to waste your life on one fad after another, that's fine. Just decide. Always wanted to do that.
What happened? Did you forget your lunch money?
I want to buy in. I want a stake in Angelo's career. I'm going to manage him. With you.
It'll cost.
How much?
25 grand.
Done.
Stephanie Harper's smarter than I thought. If what you tell me is true.
The stock exchange will ask you to declare your intentions. Or they'll suspend trading in Harper shares.
That'll put the heat on.
I would have thought a takeover of Harper's was a little out of your range.
Oh, it's ambitious, yes, but it's not impossible. They all have their weak spots.
You sure?
You're not my only source of information, but you're my favorite.
What do you want?
I need some information on Dennis Harper, his interests, his faults. I wondered if you could make some discreet inquiries for me.
Sleep with him?
Only if you want to. Look, Cassie, Stephanie's move with the stock exchange could mean the end of my brief but brilliant career. I need your help.
Bastard.
Thanks, Angela.
Nice boy.
His father owns the place. We're sort of friends.
Thanks for seeing me, Sass. I hope it won't make you too unpopular at home.
I choose my own friends.
Yes, but in the end, you'll all do what Stephanie wants. And if that includes cutting me out, then that's the way it'll have to be.
No, Jilly.
You don't really want to be a concert pianist, do you?
You know I don't.
So why do you continue with it? For Stephanie's benefit?
It's hard to explain, Jilly.
This is a surprise. And not a pleasant one.
Nice to see you too, Dennis.
What do you think you're doing, Sass?
Dennis, if you can't be pleasant, just leave us alone.
Why? So dear Auntie Jilly can work her poison. Can't you see what she's doing? It's divide and conquer.
Just go away.
It's all right, Sass, and it proves my point. I'm simply not wanted.
Now that's an understatement.
Perhaps we can meet again sometime. I'm staying at the Palisades Hotel. I'd love to see you.
Isn't that the wrong area for you, Jilly? I thought women like you worked out of King's Cross, or Soho, or Sunset Strip.
I don't normally do this, Dennis. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
You had it coming, brother.
She hit him quite hard, and if she hadn't, I would have.
Well, let's hope the gossip columnists don't get hold of that.
Is that all you're worried about? I would have thought Sarah hanging around with Jilly was your real problem.
Hanging round? Oh, come on, Dennis.
How was Jilly?
I didn't get a chance to find out before he came along. She said she's staying in a hotel called the Palisades.
You sure?
That's what she said.
Let it be, Steph. It's probably just a coincidence.
What are you talking about?
I think it might be better if we all change the topic of conversation.
No. This place has been a madhouse since Jilly got out of prison.
Precisely.
Jilly is not going to go away because we try to ignore her.
Unfortunately.
Dennis, will you shut up?
Look, I think it's time we called a brief truce, okay?
When's your next concert, Sarah?
It's meant to be next month.
Meant to be? I thought it was definite.
It's definite. I'm not.
Why?
I'm not good enough, and I'm sick of the damn piano. Can't you understand that?
Well, you've never mentioned it before.
I have. I've told you 1,000 times. You've simply chosen not to listen. If you'll excuse me.
And then there were 3.
Excuse me.
Two little Indians sitting down to tea.
You're not helping.
What's got into everybody?
You have, Dennis.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't still be playing at all.
What would you be doing?
I want to work at Tara's.
Do you know anything about fashion?
Probably more than you did when you became Tara Wells.
Do you want to be a model?
Oh, no, Mum. I know my limitations. I didn't inherit your looks.
My dear girl, you should be grateful. You must remember that what you see is largely Dan's creation.
Ironic.
In what way?
If it hadn't been for Jilly. Jilly. It always comes back to Jilly.
But you're right. If it hadn't been for Jilly, I'd still be that miserable, ugly duckling.
So, can I work at Tara's? Please.
Oh, why not?
Perhaps we should break it up out there.
Nobody's throwing any punches. That'll be all right. Tell me something, Dennis. What's the problem between us? Why do I irritate you so much?
Sons and stepfathers? Traditional to fight?
Well, I'd prefer not to. And there must be some way we can make the peace.
You could lend me $25,000.
$25,000. Just like that. You being serious?
I'm about the money, yeah. But I don't expect you to cough up.
Well, I might.
It's a good investment. But you have to move fast.
Have you mentioned this to Stephanie?
No.
All right. If I did lend you the money, it would have to be done properly. With security and regular repayments.
And you wonder why we argue?
Well, they're fair conditions.
For strangers, yeah. Or Jilly Stewart. Why don't you save your money for her? She's real family. Good night.
I think that looks fabulous there.
Sass, what are you doing here?
Looking for a job.
Oh, welcome to the madhouse.
Where's the other model?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been able to get through.
Well, Susie, you're going to do it.
Me? It's Jenny Key.
The one and only.
No, darling, just put it on. Don't worry. I'll make you look beautiful.
No, really.
How's your mother?
Bit distracted.
Hardly surprising. It's been quite a shock to discover you're related to a black widow spider.
Don't you think we should give Aunt Jilly a second chance?
Well, I wouldn't, but then I'm not Stephanie. You know, for all that single-minded resilience, she's still one of the most forgiving women I've ever known.
Is that so bad?
Not normally, but I'm sure Jilly Stewart will make the most of it.
Do you know, she turned down a check for $5 million.
Well, there you are. She's either mad or very clever.
Boo.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, that's all right. I didn't realise anybody else was working late. But I think I've done enough for one day.
How about dinner tomorrow evening?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Harper.
Dennis.
Dennis, I can't. Good night.
Night, Cassie.
You were still right to refuse Dennis the money.
Yes, but where does that leave me? I'm surrounded by a discontented family. No one's happy.
Well, that's not quite true. I am.
Yes, you poor darling. I had rather been taking you for granted.
Steph, you can take me any way you want.
In that case,
I'm going to take you away for a long holiday in the sun.
When?
Just as soon as things settle down.
Do they ever?
A few weeks, I promise.
You know, I have a feeling that Jilly Stewart is going to be a problem for a little longer than that.
I take it these allegations concerning Sanders' past dealings are all true.
Oh, I've been a bit selective, but I'm not telling any lies, if that's what you mean.
All right, we'll give him some negative press. But I don't want us to resort to any smear tactics. We've never worked that way in the past, and I'm not about to start now.
Why not? I thought we were playing for keeps.
We are. But if we start using dirty tricks, we give him carte blanche to do the same.
Only if he's got something on you. I thought you were above reproach.
It's not me I'm worried about, Dennis.
You mean I'm the worry? You've been talking to Dan.
Well, he did mention something about your needing $25,000.
I don't suppose there's any point in asking you. It's a good investment.
Tell me about it.
I can't.
And I can't be sure it's not just another gambling debt, can I?
What gambling debt? You've been listening to gossip.
No, I haven't. And I'm not stupid. Darling, you're my son and I love you. And while I can't always forgive your indulgences, I do try to ignore them.
So, throwing $5 million at Jilly Stewart's okay, but you won't lend me a lousy 25 grand.
I knew what Jilly's money was for.
Really? I thought it was to buy you a clear conscience.
Now, let's not fight about it. Or say anything we might regret.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it? You've already made it clear you don't trust me.
Oh, Dennis.
What the hell do you expect? Seems the only way to get anything from you is to try to kill you or shoot your lover boy husband.
Dennis!
Excuse me, Stephanie. Tom's here. You said you'd like to say hello.
Yes, of course. Tom McMaster is just back from America. Tom, welcome back.
Thank you, Miss Harper.
Stephanie, please. Hello, Rena.
Hello, dear.
You must be so pleased to have him home.
Yes, so we can keep him here this time.
Oh, Mum.
Tom, you remember Dennis?
Yes, of course. How are you? I remember we used to fight a lot.
I think I still owe you one.
So, how was Harvard?
Fine. It'll be good to do something instead of just talking about it.
Tom's going for a job in Wall Street.
I've had a couple of offers.
I'm sure we can do better than that.
They're good jobs.
I don't doubt it. But why don't you come and work for me? I could do with a bit of help at the moment.
Are you serious? I mean, Dad didn't mention anything?
Of course I'm serious, and I didn't tell him anything.
Well, I'd love to work for Harper Mining.
Done. I'll have your contract drawn up.
That's marvelous. Thank you, Stephanie.
I assure you there'll be no free rides.
You can say that again.
Very nice, yes. Maybe a touch heavy with the makeup, but
You think Dennis will go for it?
hook, line, and sinker.
Okay, it's settled. You know what to do.
Sure. But I usually get some money up front.
Yes, I bet you do.
And the rest?
When the job's done.
Right. I'll see you later.
You do know what a dangerous game you're playing.
I've seen men get dressed before and survived.
You know what I mean.
But Stephanie might catch us out. I've got nothing to lose. How about you?
Oh, everything. But I intend to win. So there's no problem.
Good. Here, let me do that.
Don't strangle me.
I wouldn't think of it. Not unless you had a change of heart.
My word, I'm glad we're on the same side.
Perhaps we should draw up a contract.
Signed in blood.
I had something a little less painful in mind.
What a pity I have to go out tonight.
It'll keep.
Hi. Hey, any luck? My contract, the money.
Everything's fixed. I just need a bit more time.
Hey, that's great.
Sure, just bring us a drink. This won't take long.
Hello, Dennis.
What did you want to see me about?
You don't have to hate me, you know.
No.
I want to apologize for slapping you and for everything else. I wouldn't really have told your mother about your gambling debts.
Somebody did. But I'll keep it in mind next time we have another shower together. Thanks, Angela.
Can we stop fighting? Please? Am I wasting my time?
And mine.
Well, just remember, I tried.
Just as a matter of interest, your attempt at seduction the other night. What would have happened if I'd called you bluff?
You'll never know. Hello?
Did I say that? Well, I just have to take your word for it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
but I haven't got a clue who I am.
Nightclub is
Nor
proud
do I
to present
care.
the wonderfully exotic Carmen and her lovely band.
A half-naked chicken! Ostrich! Chicken and champagne!
Morning, Dennis. Coffee?
What the hell am I doing here?
I carried you.
Jake Sanders.
We met last night. You weren't very friendly.
Naked chicken. An angel.
Looks like you were set up, Dennis.
I thought it was a bad dream.
Well, let's put it this way. When I arrived at the nightclub, you were dancing with a feather duster. Must have tickled your fancy. Only trouble was, all you were wearing was the, was the feathers. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a great act. The crowd loved it. Especially the photographer who just happened to be standing there.
Why?
Well, any number of reasons, but I'd imagine the son and heir of Harper Mining making a public, well, not to mention naked fool of himself would be a scandal worth suppressing.
God. That's all I need.
That's all right, though. It's all right. I bought the photographs and the negatives. Oh, and I paid off the club management along with your friend, Angel. Here, for your scrapbook.
The negatives aren't here.
No. I've got them.
I see. So what's the deal, then?
Now, hold on, Dennis. It might not be like that.
I bet it is, though.
Well, would it be any worse than the stuff you've been feeding the papers about my business practices?
Well, stories are true. You have been doing some fast dealings. What do you want?
An understanding. We might have to work together someday, Dennis.
You'll never get into Harper Mining.
Excuse me. Miss Harper, please come in.
Where's my son?
My word, your intelligence service is impressive. He's in the bedroom.
Hi, Mum. Bet you're wondering what I'm doing here.
As Mr. Sanders pointed out, my sources of information are fairly reliable. I assume there are photographs.
You won't want to see them.
I'm quite sure you're right. I'll want the negatives as well.
Oh, I'm not sure I've finished with them yet.
Why? Have you got some journalist from the gutter press lined up to buy them?
Their cash value doesn't remotely interest me.
No, perhaps I underestimate you. But you wouldn't be averse to a little scandal mongering, would you? Not if you thought it'd help you get your hands on Harper Mining.
Yes, well, the possibility is tempting.
I'm disappointed.
No.
You know, I took you for a businessman. Somebody with a few fresh ideas. It's laughable. I was actually looking forward to the challenge of beating you. That's when I thought that this was a legitimate business fight. But it's obvious that I'm dealing with a sewer rat. And I won't be dragged down to your level.
All right. You want a business fight? You've got one. But it might pay you to remember that I'm used to fighting the hard way. And I'll keep on slogging it out till I've beaten you at your own game.
Oh, don't be too sure.
Oh, no. I promise you. I won't let up till I've forced you to admit I'm your equal. At least your equal.
Find out what he wants and meet me in my office. And wash your face.
Trying to contact you all day. Where have you been?
I've been busy.
What's happening? Why hasn't the story on Dennis appeared in the papers?
I gave him back the photographs and destroyed the negatives.
What?
You heard, Jilly. The deal is off.
What's the matter with you, Jake? Have you lost your nerve, or haven't you got the guts to face up to Stephanie Harper?
Oh, I've got the guts all right, but I'm going to do it my way.
I don't like being double-crossed.
You'll still get what you want.
What's in it for you, Jake? You must have some reason for changing your plans.
I'm going to show that bitch. Not only am I going to have Harper Mining, I'm going to have her.
Steph, what is it? Are you all right?
Yes.
Bad dreams.
Just one in particular.
Not for the first time, is it? Ever since Jilly got out of prison, in fact.
Go to sleep.
Evening.
Thanks for getting me out. How did you do it?
I just laid back and thought of Stephanie Harper.
What happens next? When?
As soon as possible.
It'll be a pleasure. You're really something, Jilly Stewart.
Not yet. But I'm going to be.
Miss Harper, we meet again.
I trust this won't become a habit.
Too late. I'm already addicted.